Hey Dean, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. I think if my math is right, this is your fourth time making the playoffs since you've been here. Have you ever though had a team that has gotten healthier as you've gotten to the playoffs, like this team looks like it is?
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't think so, honestly. Even today, seeing Z fly around and Ja and some guys that are on their way, it's been great so far. So I do think it kind of boosts team morale a little bit, and having these guys that are also great players, but great locker room guys and leaders too. So it's been nice.
Ryan Wood.
Jerry Montgomery was talking about how you've really kind of figured out who you are as a player and needing to rely on your lean into your physicality and those sort of things. What was that process like for you? And when did that kind of click on for you, realizing, hey, I can win this way? Because obviously you look at your production this season, you're having your best year.
Yeah, I think that's to your point, it just being more physical. Not worrying about different things. Chasing stats. But if I go into each game and I win my matchup and I'm physical as I want to be, then usually good things happen. So I would say just it started more in training camp, just playing at a high level, and I think end of last year I was playing at a high level too. So just being consistent, week in and week out, and then I think with production wise, having more opportunities on third down with a lot of injuries we've had up front, it's given me more opportunity to have those chances, and I think for the most part, I've taken full advantage.
Bill Huber.
Hey Dean, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Hey, we all know Z, but none of us know Whitney at all. What has Whitney meant to you guys? Maybe not so much on the field, but as a locker room, as a veteran, kind of what has he brought to you guys?
Yeah, he is a great presence in our locker room. Since he's been hurt, he's been here every single day. He's coaching up the young guys. He's also a Big Ten guy, so I like him. But just it's a really a humble dude, a guy that just really impressive. You look at his career and the amount of sacks he's had, and he's played with some great players too. So he definitely adds just a nice element to our team and to our locker room.
Mike Spofford.
Hey, Dean, hope all's well.
Yep, thanks, Mike.
Kenny tells us all the time he has to remind you how strong you are. My question is, with regard to the bull rush, which you've been really successful with, is there something aside from just your brute strength that makes a bull rush successful on a regular basis?
Well, I mean, first, I appreciate Kenny so much, and if you look a lot of my tape and my pressures and sacks, you can see me getting singled. You see two guys on Kenny, so that's kind of off the bat. But I don't know. I think just I would say setting guys up too. I think I've ran a good amount of stunts in games this year too to keep guys guessing and throwing in there a finesse move every once in a while. So nothing crazy, but like you said, being physical and playing next to some great players like Kenny and Rashawn and Preston have really paid off for me.
This way, at least in judging from the stats, points allowed per game, yards allowed per play, that type of stuff, it seems the defense hasn't been quite as effective the last 7 games as it was the first part of the season. I'm just wondering, from your perspective, do you think that's the case, and where do you think y'all need to improve heading into the postseason as a defense?
Yeah, we're always honest with ourselves. We watch the film. We this week was a big self-scout evaluation week, and there's definitely things we have to improve on in the running game, being more gap sound, making sure that we all have 11 guys, in their gaps, just being a good sound defense, and then pass rush, making sure that we have great pass rush lanes up front. We're getting to our contain and things like that. So I wouldn't say it's any one area, but just being more consistent, being more detailed oriented, and just kind of playing at a high level each week.
Mike Clemens.
You had some big plays this year, drive killers, where you got your hand on the football, deflected passes. Are you seeing formations and thinking ahead that might be a pass play going that way? Is that just reaction? And secondly, next week you're going to play 3 of the 4 teams you could play. You've already played and beat this year. So tell me how that helps you in your preparation.
Yeah, the first question, we always want to win a pass rush, but if we can't get there, our second thought is to get our hands up. And a lot of times, that PBU is as valuable as a sack because it stops the clock, there's no gain, and it really kind of gives our defense a rest. And it kind of, might flush the quarterback into thinking about, those different throws. So, and then the second question, yeah, I think, a lot of those teams that we have beaten, was at different times in the year. So a lot of things happen, injuries, teams improve, and they start running different runs or different schemes. So we're always aware of what's going on, but we know whoever we play next week is going to be a new challenge, and it could be a different team with a new scheme. So.
Tom Silverstein.
Hey, Dean.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, so, I don't know if you're going to get Zadarius Smith back or Whitney Merciless, but let's say you do, and they're able to play some snaps, and I don't know how Joe would use them, but what about the chemistry factor? Is there a lot of communication between you guys, doing stunts, twists, and just knowing exactly, timing to free guys up? Is that something that has to be really considered?
That's a good question, and with Z's been here for now 3 years, so the past 2 years have been great playing with him, and I would say just more off the field, just his energy he brings to our team and to our defense. You could feel his presence even just being out there today. But yeah, that's definitely a thing that we're gonna keep working on, is just the communication, because that's something that Coach Barry stresses every single day. So today was a good day for that, and I think it's one we got to keep working on with bringing in guys in the first time playing this year.
Ryan Wood.
You talked about how training camp was kind of that pivotal point for you and discovering who you are as a player. Did you have to go back and really reflect this offseason at all after maybe some seasons that weren't up to the par that you want them to be? What was that process? Did you have to kind of reflect on where to take your game to get to that next level?
Yeah, I'm always watching film, seeing how I can improve, but I'm especially this past offseason, watching last year's tape and seeing what worked, what didn't work, and kind of being true to who I am. Definitely, I think is what Coach Montgomery's getting at, and being physical each game is something that I try and take pride in.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Dean, you know how the long-range weather forecasts are around here. It's kind of hit or miss, but it's supposed to be damn cold potentially next weekend. You guys seem to like that while the rest of us hate it. Why is that why is that to your advantage?
We think it's Packer weather, honestly. You go back to our game against Minnesota. We played great team defense. That was probably our most complete game of the year against Minnesota in that freezing weather. So we're used to it. Even today, we're outside the whole practice, and we just think it fits our strength of playing tough defense and having a quarterback and an offense that's experienced in this weather.
And one more, Mark Daniels, go ahead.
Hey, Dean, good to see you.
Hey, Mark.
Dean, I just wanted to ask about the level of determination on this team. You have a rookie coach that gets to an NFC Championship game, and it's out on the road, and it's a tough day. You finally get it at home. It doesn't happen again. Is it spoken among you, the determination to not let this third opportunity squander, or is it obviously just a given that you guys really feel you got to finish it this time?
Yeah, you can feel our team's hunger each and every day with so many veteran guys that haven't quite got to that pinnacle of football. I think we have a great combination of guys who are talented and guys that come to work each day, and a great veteran presence. So you can feel it just in the building this week and really throughout the year. So we're hungry and we're excited to get to make this run here.